need to do, then
Of course. And how do you normally manage your time?
well, I just think about it and I will.
You just think, yeah, it's okay. So, for example, if you have different tasks to do, like, some of them may be really difficult, hard to do, some no, easy. Which one do you do first? Which one do you prefer to do first?
I would do the easy one first because
Really? I'm
yeah,
a bit weird because I normally do the most difficult one first. I know why. So
I'm
because,
I'm
yeah.
scared that after doing the hard one will make me feel tired and there will be
Uh,
no energy. So I would prefer to do the easy one first.
But actually, it looks surprise to me. Like, I don't know. I do the most difficult one, and then I take a deep breath, like, oh, yes, I did it now. So I don't know why, but it's like the way that I do everything, I do the most difficult one. Okay, well, so I hope everything goes well for you. And, it's like, you can have, a good, the result actually is important. So you can achieve good results despite, I don't know, having lots of anxiety. So, but you can achieve good result, and the result and the consequence actually is really important. Okay, well, if you're ready, we can get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, well, and let's see. Okay, so tell me, first
I
of
cannot,
all,
I cannot
I want
see
to ask you a
anything.
question. Yes, my dear.
Sorry, I cannot see anything.
You can't? I'm sharing, so let me stop sharing and share it again.
I mean, I cannot even see your camera.
Oh, really? So I
Mhm.
think you need to check the connection, your connection, because maybe per connection or something like this, because I'm sharing my camera and I'm sharing the board now.
Oh, I can see it now.
Okay, so it's not, can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Well, and now, so tell me, do you eat a healthy diet?
Well, to be honest, no. I'm not a type of person who eat healthy food. I rather eat something that I would like, such as like chi- um like fries, French fries, or hamburgers, or lots of things more, lots of other things. But healthy foods are not my interest, so I would not rather to eat it.
Yeah, of course. That it's like, you're not into healthy food because of
Mhm.
course, like unhealthy foods are really delicious. Right. I did a French fry, pizza, burgers, so every cheeseburgers, and they're really delicious. So it's really difficult. Sometimes we can't help ourselves with either junk food or like this. Well, okay. And why is it important, you think, to eat healthy?
Well, there's like plenty of reasons that you should eat healthy foods. Like, but I think the one of the most significant reasons are the is is really healthy and is good for your body. I
Of
mean,
course.
it can reduce like stress or even fats. So, so that is the reason why it's really good for some people.
So you mean you can maintain your physical and mental health, right?
Hmm.
By eating healthy. And I definitely agree with you. So when it comes to physical and mental health, of course, eating healthy is really important. So we can maintain our physical and mental health by eating a healthy diet. So that is really good to eat. Okay, so let me write something on the board that is really important. So you can say, first of all, as I told you. Okay. Well, so we need to maintain our physical health by eating healthy. And of course, we need to look after mental health. So both of them are important. Wow. Okay. And now let's see, let's get started with, of course, we will discuss some other words, but just here, let's have a look at the first word of speaking here. As you can see, we have some idioms. And the following idioms describe problems you should try to avoid if you want to express yourself fluently. So what is this? So first of all, we're going to talk. Sometimes we can express ourselves, but we can't. We have a lot of good ideas we can't express. So what are the reasons? There are some idioms. Let's talk about them. Let's see what's the problem, okay? The first one, just tell me if you have any idea about the definition of these idioms or the use of them. The first one, going round in circle. What it means, do you have any idea about this?
No.
Okay. It's like when you're going round in circles, like continuing to talk about or going back to the same idea without moving the discussion on. For example, what is that? We are talking about something. And then you start talking, but you continue talking about the same thing. You don't keep going. You don't keep discussion moving. Like that is the meaning of going round in circle. Like, no, again to the first point. It's like you repeat something again and again. So the first one, let me write the meaning of it. It's not bad to know the meaning because you may use it. So going round in circles, that is continuing to talk about or going the same idea. So as you know, we need to expand our answers. Sometimes we don't, we think that we are doing, but actually we are not doing. Like, just we are repeating the same things again and again. Okay, the second one, when you lose your thread, what is that? Sometimes I forget what I was talking about. I lose my thread. So that is really important. So to lose your thread, that is to forget what you were So tell me if you have experience. Oh, what is this? Why my keyboard is so weird tonight? Okay. So have you ever experienced like, losing your thread, or you were talking about something, suddenly you forgot and say, oh, what was what was I talking about? Like, what was that?
Like every time I
Yeah,
talk to my friends or
of
even
course. Yeah. And sometimes we bring some irrelevant ideas into discussion because we forget what we were talking about. So we bring relevant ideas into discussion. Well, and the next one, stumbling over your words. What is that?
Mm,
Do you know?
I think I think is mean you don't really understand what are you saying. Like,
Yeah, of course. And why it happens? Do you know why?
no.
It's like, when you have lack of vocabulary.
Mhm,
So it's like, for example, yeah, you want to say something, but you
mhm,
make mistake. You know what you're talking about actually, but you make mistake. Why? Because you have lack of vocabulary. So it can cause hesitation, repetition, or sometimes mispronunciation. So different. So that is the meaning of this. Okay. Well, so how about this one? Have you ever experienced the same situation?
Let me remember. Maybe
You
yes.
do, oh, that's perfect. If you don't remember, that's perfect because you haven't experienced. So let's write stumbling. Okay. Over your words. What is that? That is making mistake while speaking due to lack of vocabulary. That is caused like, repeating the same words again,
Mhm.
hesitation, like you're not sure what you want to say. And the next one, laboring the point. How about this one?
Mm,
Like, stretching. Yeah, sometimes, some people explain something too much. Like, okay,
mhm,
that's enough. We understood. We got it. That's perfect. So that is explaining or discussing. Okay, let me put this here. Something at excessive length. It's too much. So that's enough. And this one, beating about the bush.
eating. Not say the right topic.
Very good. It's like, um, you avoid talking about the important issue, the main issue or problem, because maybe actually it happens sometimes. Why it happens? Sometimes you don't have enough information. Like, okay, you can't talk on actually about subject because you don't have enough information. Or maybe sometimes you think that it's impolite to do. So you avoid, so you want to do it. So you avoid doing this. So that is trying to avoid talking about the main issue. It can be happen like, maybe because you don't have enough, I don't know, like data or information like this, okay, about the subject, so you avoid, or maybe sometimes you find it impolite to talk about it. And talking at a mile a minute. Oh, this one, unfortunately, sometimes happens. So what do you think about this one? Talking at a mile a minute. What do you think about speaking too fast, quickly, so not be understood? Okay, so especially it happens not about, for example, when you talk to natives, it happens a lot, so it's really normal. But when taking a test, when you talk at a mile a minute, it's like, you are stressed. So because of this, it happened. So they are the idioms. Well, that you can use when talking, and just how to use them is really important. Now let's complete the sentences using the idioms from exercise 1. Okay, number 1, could you read it, please?
I got too nervous in speaking tests and keep. Oh.
You may use more than one, so actually more than one alternative can be used.
Like any of those, but except the levering the point. Or
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Which one?
Like all of them, but except the stumbling over your words.
I think we can say, I think the best one, because, when you get too nervous, so you may keep talking at a mile a minute. So this one is really good. You maybe stumbling over your words. So can be. You may lose your thread. So I think these 3 can be best ones. How about number 2? I was really nervous.
Take talking at a mile a minute.
First, talking at a mile a minute. Very good. Number 3.
Going around in circle.
Okay. I'm going to only start working harder. Okay. So which one you said? Go around. So it's about just, because we have 2 blanks. So the first one, this one and this one. So which one do you mean? So this one, you mean number 3. I'm going to
Go around in circle.
could you say again? Because I didn't get your answer. Could you say again?
Going around in circle.
I'm going around unless you start walking in class. You won't get more than 6 in your IELTS test. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Because look, this reading question is impossible. I keep thinking I've got the answer, but then realize I haven't. I think this one is really good one. You can say this
Wait,
one going around the circle for number 4. But for number 3, I think we have better alternative that we can use.
wait. So we are talking about number 3 or number 4?
Now, because you said for number 3, you said I'm going to beat around the bush. I don't agree with this.
No. I say that go around in circle.
Oh, you said, okay, you said, so, okay, go around the circle. So this is I think this one, your answer is better for number 4. You know, I do agree with number 4. You know, read number 4 and tell me your opinion about this.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Beating about the push.
Number 4. Okay, now let me say,
Or
actually,
elaborating the point.
I want to say that. Can you wait me 1 minute, please? Just 1 minute. I need to check something. Could you please 1 minute? Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, well, so we're talking about these two. Okay, let's keep going. First of all, about number 3. We're talking together, and I want to say that I'm not going to beat around the bush. It means I want to directly say the point.
Oh no.
If you don't, yeah,
Wait. You
I'm
said that.
sorry.
So you choose number 3 is beating the push. Beating.
Definitely yes. Because you know why? When we say beating about the bush, it means trying to avoid talking about the main point. But I want to do this. I say, I'm not going to bitch about the bush. Why? Unless you start working harder in class, you won't get more than, for example, a 6. It means this is the direct point, main point. Okay, this is about number 3. And now the next one, this reading question is impossible. I keep thinking I've got the answer, but then realize I haven't. Now I'm just going round in circle. I didn't get, you know? Now this one is better. So going round in circle, I'm continuing like you're talking about, I don't know, the same thing. So this is better for number 4. Okay. And now, number 5. My teacher gave me a low score in my writing task 2 essay. She said my second paragraph was far too long and I ended up far too long.
Too long. Wait.
Of course, just don't rush.
Beating about the bush or elaborating the point. Elaborating the point.
This one is the better. Laboring the point is the best one. Why? Because you are discussing something and you need to keep moving on to the next part. So this one is better. Laboring the point, yes. And the last one, in speaking part 2, the candidate began, okay, but then she and started talking about things unrelated, irrelevant. Started to
lose.
Yeah, of course, like, you know, lose her thread. Okay, so this is actually the one that you can use. Okay, do you have any questions related to this part?
No, but can I take notes?
Of
Some
course,
again.
yes. Definitely yes, of course. Okay, put them in order so that you can see better.
I'm almost done.
Okay, very good. Well, and now, okay, let's see, answering part one. We have questions. So let's see what we have here. Okay, listen to two candidates answering part three questions. Discuss with a partner which of the two would get more credit for fluency and coherence. Give reason. Okay, so let's listen. So, how often do you eat healthy meals? So, let me play 1 moment. Let's listen, and then you will answer the same questions. Just first, let's check their answers to see which one is better. So, number 3. Okay, and it's number 14.
Track 14. Candidate 1.
How can people be encouraged to do more exercise?
Well, it's not an easy thing to do. I tend to think that, you know, if people don't want to exercise of their own volition, they're certainly not going to not really make a concerted effort simply because the government or whoever has issued some sort of advertising campaign to get people going. What's more, there's a general kind of lack of facilities that makes this possible. Having said that, it's not really an option to simply do nothing. People are getting bigger on average all over the world, and the health implications for that are, well, extremely serious. So really, I'm not sure exactly how we could do it, but it's something that is getting quite pressing these days.
Candidate 2.
How can people be encouraged to do more exercise?
It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. It's genuinely difficult, and I tend to think that if people don't want to exercise of their own volition, they're certainly not going to make a concerted effort simply because it's difficult, or if the government or an authority of the government has issued some sort of advertising campaign to get people going. It's not an easy thing to do if you just have the government there insisting. It's really quite difficult. And what's more, I have to add something here. Furthermore, there's a general lack of facilities that make this possible. So, of course, it's not an easy thing to do, but having said that, there's not really an option to simply do nothing just because it's a difficult thing to do. People are getting bigger on average all over the world, and the health implications for that are extremely serious. Maybe it's too difficult to do. Maybe it's not for the government at all. I'm not sure exactly how we could do it, but it's something that's getting quite pressing these days.
Well, which one was better, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
The first one. Why the first one was better? What was the problem with the second answer, the second candidate?
The first candidate, like, we answered right into the main points, but the second one, like, she keep going around in circles.
Yeah, very good. Of course, that was actually the second problem. And actually, it was not really natural way. There is a misunderstanding. People or candidate thinks that, okay, if we use fillers like, it can be, maybe it can affect our score. No, but in conditions, so under conditions. So what is that? Like, you can use fillers that is really natural when we talk, like, even native. So when we talk, of course, we use, well, I'm talking, say, it's okay, but not too much. So if you balance, it's okay. It's really normal, really natural. And when you speak, like, in an unnatural way, so it's like, talking at a mile a minute. So it's actually difficult to understand. It's like, it's not really good. So the second one was not good. And now let's make our answer to this question, to the same question. How can people be encouraged to do more exercise? How do you think?
Well, for me, I think it's really hard for like, you know how to say, like, give their, like, the I don't know what to say. Like, give them the motivations.
Motivation.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for them, especially for us, to give them the motivations to start with working out. And even I think it's hard for me to do it as well, because normally I don't do it because I'm too lazy and always being distracted by fast food. So I think there's lots of people that have the same problem with me. So
Yeah. Actually, first of all, this is speaking part 3. So it's not about yourself. So that abstract questions, abstract answers. So how to answer? So actually, the first part was good. But unfortunately, the problem, so can you tell me what happened next? What happened? So you lost your thread, right? It was you were talking about something else that was not relevant to the question. So now how to make? Yeah, I do agree with you. I want to use your word. I say motivation and I do agree with you. So how to say? I say, of course, to encourage people to do more exercise. Actually, we need a combination of like theories or strategies, okay? And of course, like maybe activities, both of them. So how is that? We need to increase awareness. So how we need to increase awareness of, for example, the benefits or of
What is the
health.
awareness?
So what?
Is the awareness?
Let me say. Awareness means people are aware, people know about. So people have knowledge about, people know about actually the whole benefits. So this is the first one that is really important, okay? And when we do this, of course, the health benefits, regular, for example, physical activities, okay? And this way we can motivate individuals, people. So how? So we try to increase people's awareness about what? About benefits of health and, for example, regular exercise, working out. Sometimes we can run some campaigns. Yeah, running like campaigns, why not? So can be really, actually, we can highlight the importance of exercise, of working out. And then, of course, we can talk about or highlight the risk of, for example, I don't know, disease, or for example, unhealthy food. So this way, so I gave two methods here, okay? And now, how we can make people to do more exercise. So that is really important to invest in creating more facilities, more public sport facilities. So government should invest in. Okay, that is really important. It can be any, so you can do some, give some examples. So I don't know, treadmill or everything, okay? So this way, actually, people maybe can be encouraged to engage in physical activities. So this is another thing, okay? And you know, we can offer maybe some discounts, like, so we can offer some financial opportunities or supports, so we can support them. Then they don't think, sometimes people tend to do something but they can't afford. So if we offer, like government offer some support, like financial support, that can be helpful. So the next one, financial support by governments. So this is another thing that can be done. Okay, so I gave actually some alternatives. Now I want you to think about these alternatives and try to use them to make your answer again. So I ask you the same question again, and I want you to talk about it using the alternatives that I gave you. So I gave you the clues, now you use them.
Well, first of all, I think it's really difficult for people to work out. So we need to, like, some people or the government shouldn't give them the motivations to start working out and do some, or maybe do some regular exercise to lose weight and get fit. some things that the government could do, like financial support by governments, they could like invest in building more clubs, like sport clubs or teams, different like teams around the local areas to, which is free for the local people to could get it, hit it, like can hit it into the teams and try some new activities.
Yeah, very good. So yes, now it's better. I think now it was better. So you could talk. Of course, we need to actually add some corrections, but that was totally good. Okay. Now, so we can highlight that is really good. Advantages of or benefits of working out, doing exercise, and of course, drawbacks of obesity, being fat, being overweight, being fat. So this way you can raise people's awareness. Then we can offer some supports. We can run some campaigns to motivate individuals. So, and of course, to provide, that is really important, some public sport facilities so that everyone can afford using them. Okay? Well, now let's keep going with the next part. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. Well, and now let's listen to the answer actually to this part. This is part one now. It's about actually you. So let's see which one is better. One moment, let's listen and then see which one is better.
Track 15.
How often do you eat healthy meals?
Candidate 1.
I'm very much a sociable type of person. So whether I'm eating at a restaurant or at home, as long as there's company around me, could be with friends, could be with family, could be both. Personally, I tend not to notice too much where I am, and I'll eat pretty much anything.
Candidate 2.
Well, there's a lot of pressure these days on people to eat the right sort of things. However, it seems like every day there are new pieces of conflicting advice from the government or from doctors about what we should and shouldn't be eating. So, who actually knows? For example, one week there's a study telling us chocolate is bad for us. And then the next week, there's another which says it's good for us. I try to eat healthy food when I can, but I think it depends on what you mean by healthy.
Candidate 3.
It depends what you mean by healthy, but I try to keep my intake of junk food down to a minimum. And most days, I make sure that I have at least some fruit and vegetables, even if it isn't as much as I should. Also, because I'm young and in relatively good shape, I don't worry about my diet too much at the moment, to be honest.
Which one?
Number 3.
Why? What was the problem?
The first candidate, like candidate 1 and 2 are speaking not to the main point. Like the question is how often do you eat meals, but both of them are talking about something else.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're definitely right. They were talking about something else. And especially the second one, as I told you, it's really important. If it's part one or part three, for part three, consider, your question as abstract. But in part one, you answer directly. It's about you. So that is, how often do you eat healthy meal? And the third one was the best one. Okay, well, so now you answer this question. Okay, I want you to answer this question.
Well, I'm not like a type of person that who will eat healthy food like every day, but on some days, if I in the moods, I would definitely eat some like vegetables or lots of fruits. But in every day, I intend to eat fruits, like at least one type of fruit to be hydrated and fresh. But otherwise, I usually just eat like junk food or regular home meal cooked. So
Yeah. So, you make an effort to maintain a healthy diet throughout the week or the day, but you also allow yourself some flexibility and occasionally enjoy less healthy foods. Yeah, but in moderation, not too much, right?
mhm.
So you can answer, and let me correct your answer. Of course it was correct. Of course it was. Let's make it a little better. So you can say, I try to eat healthy. So of course, but what you said, you can say, I make an effort to maintain a healthy diet throughout, for example, I don't know, the day or the week. That's your choice, or the week. Okay, but as you said, I also, this one is important, allow myself some flexibility and occasionally, not every day. Occasionally enjoy maybe less healthy foods in moderation, not too much. This is your answer for IELTS. What you said, but IELTS version. Okay? Okay, well, now let's keep going. Wow, and now. Okay, look back at the candidate's answer in exercise 4. They use common everyday discourse markers. Find example for each of categories. So, for example, I want to ask you, when adding detail to previous point, what discourse marker you can use? For example, look, let's have a look. We can find here. Let's check. When you want to add something, or sometimes you want to give reason, you want to add something to your first or previous point.
However.
No, however, no. Let's see.
Even no.
No.
Also.
Although, no.
No, also.
Also can be used to add something. So from the beginning, eating at a restaurant or as longer, okay. Could be with family, personal attention, okay, and I was okay pretty much. So I couldn't say find anything, okay. It seems like every day there are no pieces of conflicting advice, so no. And I try to eat, so also is good. Now let's see, introducing a contrasting idea. So how about this one?
Interesting idea.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I don't know.
Introducing a contrasting. So you know that when you want to, for example, say, however, I'm giving an idea, and now I say, but, however, so this way I can make contrast. So what do you say? For example, what phrase or what word you normally use, I want to say. Let's do something. Look at this. On top of that, that said, in particular, the thing is, okay, so which one can be used for giving a reason, you think, for the previous point? You want to add more details, so you say?
On top of that.
No. On top of that, no.
In particular.
The thing is, why we use it. We often use the thing is in conversation, okay? When we want to introduce a point, or when we want to emphasize the key issue, or we want to add some details, okay? For example, I would love to go out, but the thing is, I have a lot of work to do. I'm adding something. Like, you know, I'm adding some details about the issue, about the previous point. I mentioned that I would love to go out, but the thing is, you know, I have a lot of work to do, so I can't. So we can use the thing is this way, okay? Do you need me to write examples so that
Yeah.
yeah, okay, of course. So let me write. So these discourse markers, so the first one, okay, that is. The thing is, okay, often used in conversation to introduce a point or to emphasize the issue or add details. What is that? For example, I say, I love to go out. Normally I say, but the thing is, I have a lot of work to do. So this is the way, okay? Well, and how can I, if I want to paraphrase it? So for example, sometimes we feel like the most important thing that should be considered is the main point is, so that is the meaning of it. Okay, the next one, let's see. We have giving an example related to the previous point.
In particular.
Yeah, in particular for giving reason is really good. Yeah, of course, because you want specifically talk about something. Yeah, of course. You can give an example related to the previous. So you say in particular, it means you make it more specific. Very good. Now, when you want to add detail to the previous point, I give a fact. Okay, I state a fact. Now I want to add a point to the previous one.
That's it. Or on top of that?
On top of that, of course. So why we use it? First of all, we say on top of that is used to introduce again an additional point or fact. What is that? Usually actually something that makes the situation, I don't know, a bit more complicated or maybe more significant, more important, okay? And let me say, it can be similar to saying furthermore or in addition to. So furthermore, in addition to, and how to use it. For example, I'm already feeling really stressed with work. And on top of that, I have a family emergency. I'm adding another that makes the issue more important. So you can say, already, I don't know. Feeling stressed with work, and on top of that, I have a family, I don't know, emergency can be a good one. So what to add point or fact used. And now the last one, that is, okay, introducing, and I did it contrast with the previous one. So just, one left, that is, that said. What you say sometimes, because it's, when we use that said, some people make mistake like, oh, yeah, we use it to make contrast. How? Yes. Actually, we say that said, we use that said to introduce a contrasting point. Okay? Or sometimes we offer something and now we want to offer a different perspective. So it's similar to however. I can say however, a good synonym, or nevertheless. However, nevertheless are synonyms, okay? For example, the weather has been terrible, I don't know, this week. That said, okay, we still managed to enjoy our vacation. So this is the way that we use it. Something, there is a condition, but I want to add like a contrast, or I want to add a different perspective. Like, however, it's terrible weather. However, we want to enjoy our vacation. So I say, that said, like, okay, I say, however, can be to make contrast or to offer different perspective. How to use it? For example, the weather has been terrible this week. That said, we still manage to enjoy our vacation. This is the way that's used, okay? Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Do you want to make some notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, now let's keep going. Okay. Well, look at the first part of this answer. Okay, listen to 4 different ways to continue the answer and complete the table with words from the box. Okay, so candidate, discourse markers used to extend and function of the discourse markers. So let's see. Okay, we did this one actually, so we know that. So of course they will use, so we don't need to use this one now to do this one. Okay, well, we have. Look at the first part of an answer to the examiner's question and think of how you could develop it with a reason, an example, and additional detail and a contrast. So use discourse markers given. Okay, let's answer. How important is it for you to eat healthily? Oh, so let's use why. So I want you give reason, example, add, and make contrast using discourse markers that we just learned.
Mm. Okay. Well, I think it's really difficult for people. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Important is for you to eat healthily. Well, eating healthy food are like extremely important for our bodies. Is provide nutrition and fresh. Also, it can reduce stress and fat, which is good for our physical health and mentally health. Mm, oh, I forgot to say the thing is.
It's okay.
Okay.
Wow.
For instance, I saw like some like YouTubers or like famous uh, famous in like famous people like who really like focus on their health, such as Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner. She's a modeling. She's a model, and she have to have a good food. I keep forgot the word I just want to say.
Yeah, it's like, she tries to, I know. So it's like she tries to stay in shape, of course, especially because she's model, so she tries to stay in shape by eating healthy diet. Sometimes, for example, plant-based diet, like normally vegetables and like this. And of course, she makes it a point to do some, for example, daily activities and like to work out on a daily basis. So you could say this way. So let me write. A plant-based diet. Change the color. It's not clear. And that is really important. Change the color again. Okay, so she makes it a point, that means to make sure, definitely do something. Makes it a point to, for example, work out on a daily basis. Every day they do exercise, they work out. So because of this, they are in shape, and that they have strict like schedule, and they need to eat healthy and just more, we can say, vegetable or plant-based diet. And in addition, if you want to add something, I would add that, or you can use.
No, I don't know.
So of course, just let me say something. We are just practicing now, just when answering or making a response to your IELTS, because you don't need to use all of them. Like just, I don't know, like I memorized something and now I want to use what I know. No, you don't need. It's just be normal, just be natural like this. Okay, maybe one is okay. That is really important because it affects your confidence. Like, if you use something that you're not sure about it, so maybe you definitely lose your thread and you forget what you were talking about. So just relax. It's okay. We are practicing now. But so when you learn, of course, you can use which one you want. Well, and now let's keep going. Okay. We have speaking part 3 again. Listen to an answer to the part 3 question and answer the question. So first listen, then we will make our answer. And what reasons do people have for becoming vegetarian? So let's see. 17. Just think about it because we will talk about it. Why, really why? Okay.
Track 17.
What reasons do people have for becoming vegetarian?
What motivates people to stop eating meat? Usually on the grounds that they object in some way to animals being kept simply as food, often in really unhealthy surroundings. I think it's a moral decision that people take. They just decide to avoid meat completely. And some people, to build on my point a little more, go even further and become vegan. They don't agree with the idea of animals being killed for food or for making people's clothes or even for dairy products. Looking at it from another point of view, other people give up meat purely for the sake of their health. Take red meat as an example. There's a great deal of evidence to suggest that it causes all sorts of health issues, and people in general are increasingly trying to limit how much they eat. Ultimately, I suppose it's a question of health, either of the animal or of yourself.
Well, so first of all, let's answer this question. So why do you think people become vegetarian or vegan? You know that vegetarian and vegan are different, but why do you think people become? First of all, are you vegetarian?
No.
No, okay.
Or like,
Because I
what
went,
does that mean? Like,
okay.
is vegetarian mean that on some day you eat meat, but some day you don't?
No, vegetarian and vegan. When you're vegetarian, it means you don't eat meat,
Oh.
okay? But you, for example, you drink milk or you eat dairy products from animals. So just meat. But when you are vegan, you don't eat anything related to animals and birds. Nothing, not eggs. You don't drink milk. You don't eat cheese. Nothing related to animals. Just like, I don't know. I'm sorry, it's a bit stupid. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but it's like, I don't know, I can understand. So why do you think, okay, vegetarian is really acceptable, but why do you think people become vegetarian? So let's make our answer.
Well, but there's like plenty of reasons that people's like becoming vegetarians, but there are two most common answers. The reason is, first of all, they want to be healthy. Um, they think that become vegetarians will provide like lots of benefits for their bodies and also their physical health, so they become vegetarians. Otherwise, some people that follows some religions, for example, um, Buddha, Buddha, I think, I don't know, I forgot how to call it. Buddha. So or other region, some of them don't allow us to eat meat or anything that come from animals. Yeah.
Now, very good. So, as you said, people choose to become vegetarian for a variety of reasons. But as you said, okay, but many of them, okay, are linked to, as you said, health and environmental, I'm adding, and you said region, I say ethical concerns, like moral like concerns, ethical, and like your region can be. So when it comes to health reasons, so first we talk about it. One of the most common, actually, maybe reasons, a vegetarian diet can be rich in essential nutrition, as you said, like fiber, like vitamins. Now you can add some, I don't know, examples. And like different things like fiber or vitamins or something like this. And of course, which may help reduce maybe the risk of, I don't know, fat or oily food. So like this. So many people choose to be vegetarian to maintain a healthy weight, like, to improve, I don't know, their physical situation and condition. Then it comes to environmental, so it's something related to, of course, the industry, food industry. So maybe that has a really significant impact on the environment. So maybe because of this. And we have ethical reasons. So as you said, some people believe, like, for example, it's something related to their religion or something like this. And actually they think it's better not to eat animals or something that come from animals. So maybe this was another reason. So this is the way that we can answer this question. So actually, becoming a vegetarian can be for, I don't know, for a range of personal reasons. It's not something just one, including health and environmental, and of course, like, we can see ethical reasons. So this is the answer, okay? Just I gave you some clues. You can make your answer again, because this one is part 3, so we need to expand. Okay, and now let's see. Again, we have, as you can see, discourse markers. Let's match them to the definition. Okay, the first one, on the grounds that. So what is the meaning of this?
On the ground that.
And why we use this?
I don't know.
Like, of course, you shouldn't know it's something new. Underground that is used to give a reason. What is that? Explain a reason. For example, I want to say that she refused, for example, the offer on the grounds that it didn't meet her expectations. So I'm giving the reason why she refused. Because actually it didn't meet her expectation. So I say on the ground. I want to give reason. And the next one, we have to build up on my point a little more. So how about this one?
Adding each detail to an idea.
Very good. You can guess. So adding like some details. Yeah, of course. So to build up on your point a little more, it means you want to add some details to an idea. Okay. Well, it's like, for example, you want to expand your previous idea. So you want to add some details. Okay. And how to use it. For example, I say, to build up on my point a little more, I don't know, the data clearly shows that, I don't know, for example, customer satisfaction is really important or improves with, for example, faster delivery, something like this, okay? So I'm adding something, I'm adding some detail. I want to expand my first idea. The second one, looking at it from another point of view,
Other view.
other way.
Contrasting even different.
Of course. Now you want to make contrast. You want to give a different perspective. You can use this to look at it from another point. For example, then you state your opinion. And the last one, ultimately. So how about this one? You can see. Of course, we have only one option. Concluding an argument with a final point. So what is that? So when you say, you know that that is finally, okay? That is a final point, okay? For example, ultimately, I don't know, for example, the success of the project depends on teamwork. So I explained something, I gave my main ideas, details. Now it's time to give my final point. Okay, totally, finally, ultimately, for example, the key secret is to teamwork, okay? Wow. Okay, and not only this, for example, you can use another form. So just let me add this one that is really important. For example, my friend faced many challenges in her life, but ultimately she achieved her goals finally. So this way you can use it, okay? Well, so is it clear? Do you have any questions related to this part?
No.
Very good. Okay, now if you need to, I think so, you made your notes, so nothing?
I want to take note the so many words on the book.
Of course, so it's like, yeah, let me show you here. First.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course, this one.
Okay. Okay,
well, so thank you. If there is no question, just sweet dreams, sleep tight, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.